Voices of the Ho'aina, friends of the land. Ano ai me ke aloha e na Ho'aina o Hawaii nei. Greetings with aloha to you, friends of the land of Hawaii. Join Feed the Hunger Foundation in celebrating and honoring 4 people whose courageous visions are creating a just and pono Hawaii. Meet Tricia and Mike Hodson, the creators of Wow Farms, producing luscious tomatoes on Hawaiian homestead land in Waimea on Hawaii Island. For the Hodsons, success is based in helping others. They are reaching out their hands to 14 other Hawaiian homestead families to help them make their dreams come true through growing food for community consumption. They secured funding for greenhouses, seed, fertilizer, equipment, and irrigation systems, and are teaching them how to farm. In essence, they are growing food, and more importantly, they are growing farmers with a mission to care for the land, their families, and communities. Mahalo, Tricia and Mike.
I wanted them to put their money where their mouth is. I want them to, if a lot of times when you get something for free, they don't take to heart. There's no, their heart is not in it, and then they just take it for granted. Us, we struggled. We built one greenhouse over there, and from that one, we made and we ate and we gave all of our neighbors. And I said, honey, I think we can do one more. So let's do it. Let's expand. So we did 2, and then we started to go to the farmer's market. And I said, oh my goodness, you really can make an income. And so from 2 went to 4. I said, 4 is good, that's it. And he said, do you want to live off of 8 greenhouses or do you want to live off of 4? I said, okay, so they put up the 8. Then when we had 8, he said, how about 8 more? And that's how it went. Just built the desire in all of us to, I can do this. Let's go for it, let's do it. So that's how we ended up at 35. I think in my heart that this is a lot of love that we're giving. This is a lot of work that we're giving. And not anybody can do what we do.
I mean, you guys are so community minded. Where does that come from for you to want to help other farmers be successful?
A lot of people ask me that question, like why we do it, because, and I think the bottom line is because we can. I mean, you think about it, not anybody can. We can. So why wait until we're so old and then we start taking care of people? Might as well do them now. If God gives us the gifts and we able-bodied and we can do it with our minds, let's start now. Why wait until we're old?
Meet Lisa Asagi, who grew up in Kalihi, above the Asagi Hatchery on Nimitz Highway, which opened in 1935. Lisa is the editor and co-founder of She Grows Food, a website that supports the resurgence of Hawaii's local food system. Visit it and you will be encouraged. She is also the co-manager of farmers markets with Hawaii Farm Bureau, and she is the director of Green Wheel Food Hub, working to provide SNAP, formerly known as food stamps, throughout the farmers markets for low-income families. Mahalo, Lisa.
Especially looking at something like the local food system, especially here in Hawaii, what you look at is, before you can even imagine growing it, what you need to look at is what are the barriers that are preventing it from growing naturally. What we saw, the longer we looked at the situation, was that one of the major barriers was access to fresh, locally grown food, especially access for people who are experiencing financial challenges. Creating EBT acceptance into the farmers markets, what it would also do is create a partnership between 2 communities who in some ways really needed each other. By helping people to realize that they have every dollar that they spend on the locally grown papaya, locally grown head of lettuce is an investment in their own local economy, is an investment in their own community, is helping to shape a community that includes them and sees them as a valuable part of its growth. It's not easy. Sometimes when you're asked to do something, there's something that you just cannot not do. It's been such an education to me about not only the local food system, but it's also an education in human nature. It's also an education in what do we mean when we talk about community. It's also an education in the power, I think, that lies in everyone. I see so many people reassessing as well what's valuable to them. I think farming in the 21st century is it's going to be really different. Another part of 21st century farming is going to be what I'm seeing is that it's going to be a community-fueled system. The only one that will work, and if we want to give it a jump start right now, is to realize that we cannot wait for the government, for other corporations to come into place and do what we know or what we're interested in seeing being done. We have to fuel, we have to fund, we have to support and encourage the projects in the food system that we want ourselves. There's nothing more fun and nothing more delightful than having a chance to look at our world in another way. If we can understand that the course that we're on will take a lot of adaptation, will take a lot of reassessment, will take a lot of admitting that although plans were set a long time ago, right now that's just not the way that we can survive as a community and as a civilization. And to keep that in mind, that it's a journey, and that every journey involves change.
Meet Dr. Tin Miang Tien, who is a fearless advocate and visionary. She has been the executive director of Pacific Gateway Center, formerly known as the Immigrant Center, for the last 15 years. Born in Burma, Miang has worked for the United Nations Development Program and the United Nations Population Fund, and has set up microfinance programs around the world. She works fearlessly and strategically to ensure that low-income immigrant laborers are given opportunities to succeed, whether that means ensuring they have land to farm, infrastructure such as cold storage or processing plants, and a market to sell their goods. Her true passion is justice. Mahalo, Miang.
Rules are that we could not lease to non-U.S. citizens. So we didn't challenge it. We were very nice. But we sent Patty and Denise to go talk to them.
That was smart.
Yeah, that was smart. And said, that's illegal. But anyway, so second round they gave us this land. And then right now we have 24 farmers, but
24.
2 to each plot. There is a plot of land which they've used just for parking. And we're going to turn that into a farmer's market. We are looking for more land, by the way. There's a lot more people who still need, land to grow. And of course, I don't know if Patty and Denise has told you that Hawaii, we are totally dependent on food being brought to our islands. I know what it's like to struggle, and I see a lot of exploitation going on, and there are lots of people out there who want to help, but they just don't have the connections to do it. And I'm very fortunate that I have the connections to reach to these people. Nobody here in Hawaii was willing to take on the human trafficking victims because they were scared that the perpetrators would come after us. No one's come after us. I mean, what we're doing is we're just helping. Anybody who needs our help can come to our doors. And when you do that, then you have the connection to those who really need the help. And that's what keeps you going. You got to have the energy to move forward. Because if you don't, you are leaving a lot of people behind.
Ua mau ke ea o ka aina I ka pono. The life of this land is perpetuated in justice. Mahalo. Mahalo to our honorees and mahalo to all of you who make this work possible.